The entire blockchain gaming narrative is about to change. Immutable X and Polygon launching a new gaming platform that is already getting major attention. We have huge companies like PayPal making comments like this.
I'm deeply interested in the video game industry for payments.
And I really want to know why, earlier in the year, Sony decided to file so many NFT-related patents. Here I have advantages and challenges of blockchain gaming. And the key thing to take away from this is interoperability for blockchain gaming is the moneymaker. It says among the many advantages of blockchain gaming, interoperability is perhaps the most exciting. In 2022, Linkin Park co-founder Mike Shinoda tweeted, "Imagine taking your favorite skin from Valorant and using it in Fortnite and not paying extra because you own it. Then using it in Call of Duty, then Minecraft." Two things here. We all know Linkin Park was one of the greatest bands in the history of music. And two, Call of Duty and Minecraft are two totally different games. So how would this really work? Well, Hedera goes on to say, although Shinoda's suggestion would be difficult to pull off, it is entirely possible. NFT games could allow users to wear skins earned in other games by reading the content of the player's wallet. Let me read that again. NFT games could allow users to wear skins earned in other games by reading the contents of the player's wallet. I repeated that because it's going to be very crucial to the news, and I'm going to share with you in just a minute. Allowing Fortnite skins in a game like Minecraft would present a challenge for developers, but transferring in-game items between two games designed in the same engine would be much easier. So, as we go into this news, I want you to keep these two things in mind. NFT games could allow users to wear skins earned in other games by reading the content of a player's wallet, and transferring in-game items between two games designed in the same engine would be much easier. So we need a strong wallet and we need a shared game engine, and we can get inter-game interoperability. And I truly believe, fellas, that is the money maker when it comes to blockchain games. And what I've seen, they're aiming at that. The biggest game publishers are aiming at that, specifically Ubisoft. But let's jump into this news. So we have AAA Web3 titles making their way over to Immutable's new zkEVM, a chain for games. The zkEVM is the first of its kind, a chain for games that offers EVM compatibility, low cost, massive scale, and Ethereum security, the most cutting edge technology in gaming. They promise that games can be built with high quality and ease, a frictionless experience. This is going to be focused at the onboarding of new gamers. How are they going to do that? They're going to need a very strong wallet. Immutable and a couple other players in the gaming space are pioneering that technology. So it says today, Web3 game developers can start migrating their existing smart contracts and Solidity code directly into the zkEVM for free. This will allow them to test and adopt enhanced functionality firsthand, enabling advanced gameplay mechanics, rich economy, better game design, and decreased development costs. This is going to address the entire value chain of creating a video game. That's going to be very attractive to coming developers in the space, right? As well as the big name publishers that want to fund future game projects. Here's the crazy part. A lot of funding went into blockchain gaming last year. We're talking about close to $2 billion. And this is coming from Animoca Brands, which is a big player in the space. You also have to remember that 2022 was the bear market. So that all to show you something. Now, we also have a title to look forward to. Metalcore will be launching their closed beta kickoff on September 15th. And this Metalcore here, this thing looks nice. I'm just going to say that. And that's something else that has changed since I last looked at blockchain games. They are resembling what traditional video games took 15 years to get to, 20 years to get to, and blockchain games, they're doing it in 6, 5 even. I wonder how they're doing that. As I dig deep more into the information, and guys, trust me, there will be a doc about this where I'm going to explain how certain elements like the shared game engine, the Web3 compatible wallets, as well as cloud compatibility. That's a very crucial component as well, guys. Now, if you ask me, since we're talking about gaming, which coins would I be looking at? Immutable is definitely one of them, and Polygon is also another one for sure. It's funny how they're both around the same price range, but let's get into our next story. Horizon Blockchain Games, Sequence, and Planet Mojo have forged a groundbreaking Web3 partnership. This is the wallet connection that we were talking about in the Hedera blog posting. Sequence is a wallet provider for games such as Horizon Blockchain Games for game publishers, right? And one of their most popular titles is zkEVM. Longtime viewers of the channel, you might remember I did a video on this game about a year and a half ago. And yes, I'm still playing. And yes, I've gotten so much better. But the thing about zkEVM, because of their relationship with Sequence, you don't need to purchase an NFT to play this game. You can download it from the App Store, Google Play Store, and jump right in. That is how zkEVM is crushing Gods Unchained. Honestly, when you look at the numbers, and I know a lot of people like Gods Unchained, that's on Immutable, that's one of their most popular titles, but zkEVM has that advantage. What this relationship is going to do is bring that same functionality to this title here, Planet Mojo, which runs on Polygon. And it's a very interesting game here. As I was looking into it, something shocked me. Planet Mojo has a relationship with Amazon Prime Gaming. So not only do you have now a new partner to onboard people without any prior crypto experience, you also have exposure on the other end with Amazon Prime. What I'm seeing is Polygon is definitely all over the gaming sphere. Coming from the co-founder, he states that gaming is the largest scale opportunity for crypto. When he put it that way, that means that growth. We're talking about the largest growth opportunity. It is a lot easier to get someone to play a game on a platform they're not familiar with than it is to get someone to put money on a platform that they're not familiar with, especially if you give them the opportunity to make money on said platform. Yeah, they're going to be more inclined to try that video game out. From Square Enix to Ubisoft, the biggest publishers building out NFT games. Ubisoft, going to talk a lot about them in that crypto doc. Square Enix is probably going to get a place too, especially after I share this with you. Japanese video game studio Square Enix, maker of Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, has been exploring NFT video games since 2019. In 2021, the company released a sold-out collection of Ethereum-based trading cards. Roughly 6 months later, they sold off its Tomb Raider IP. Heartbreaking, as well as 3 studios it owned to help fund its move into blockchain. But wait, there's more. Earlier this year, the studio announced that it's planning to release an NFT game, Symbogenesis, on Ethereum's sidechain network, Polygon. Square Enix calls the upcoming game a collaborative art project with a narrative component and a mystery that players will have to solve over the course of the game. If we go back to our educational piece, the name of the game is to do this on the same engine. Yeah, Square Enix could Symbogenesis 1, then 2, and then merge both games together and allow you to move your items from 1 to 2. That's going to be the moneymaker when it comes to blockchain game. Something else. Axie Infinity rolls out their light version of the most popular crypto game that has come out, period. And now they have a light version of the game in relationship with Apple that allows people to play the game without needing the NFT. So again, you have another instance where onboarding is being addressed, one of the biggest problems for the gaming space. And then I like how this article ends here. This following the launch, Larson told Decrypt that the company hopes to introduce studios that are part of its Ronin network to Apple, potentially making it easier for their games to be accepted as well. The relationship with Apple is solid. Even with all of that, here's my biggest thing here. Sony's latest NFT patent suggests Web3 path for PlayStation. The application, submitted in September of 2021 in the US, was published last week, outlines Sony's intention to create standardized digital infrastructure that would allow gamers to own and transfer digital NFT assets across various video game platforms. The standardized format may be readable to insert the digital asset in different computer simulations that may include different video games or different titles. The application reads additionally, or alternatively, readable via different video game platforms such as PlayStation and Xbox. Now, how many titles are shared between PlayStation and Xbox? Think about it. Grand Theft Auto, it's the first game that comes to mind. They need something new. All right? The game is still solid. I grew up playing it, don't get me wrong, but they need something else to catch the next generation. And I'm pretty sure Rockstar has their eyes on blockchain. They just haven't told anyone about it. And I'm pretty sure I could find something if I did the digging. But this patent is focused on creating a standardized infrastructure for the introduction of intergame interoperability. Because transferring in-game items between two game engines would make it so much easier. Which brings us back to our friends at Planet Mojo. I want to show you this. This is the white paper for that game. And they chose Polygon as their blockchain of choice, but their game engine is Unity. Planet Mojo uses the latest real-time graphics technology by Unity Technologies. Unity is a AAA cross-platform game engine that supports development for more than 19 different platforms, including mobile, desktop, consoles, and VR. If we go back to our documentation, our education here, transferring in-game items between two games designed in the same engine would be much easier. And just based on everything that I have been looking into, this is where everyone is focusing their attention. By consolidating, would that be the correct word? No. By building out multiple titles on the same game engine. Now I want to close out with something. We're going to go back to Immutable X because this right here, Cross the Ages. I want to show you why I think this is going to really bring some attention to the blockchain gaming space. Let's scroll down. 7 novels. A whole universe. These games are based on 7 free-to-read novels which are being authored, published, and translated into several languages over the coming years. Out of everything that we've talked about in this episode, the biggest money maker, in my honest opinion, is going to be the IPs, the properties, the TV series, the movies that are going to come from these stories. The biggest thing that blockchain gaming now has that it did not have 2-3 years ago was storytelling. I'm sorry, ask anyone on this planet. The best way to get someone to buy something is to tell them a story. The best way for blockchain gaming to touch the mainstream is to tell them a story. Blockchain gaming now has that ability, which is why I truly believe the entire narrative is about to change.
I'm deeply interested in the video game industry for payments. If you think about video games, sometimes for the external observer, they get dismissed as something that is just for a younger demographic. When you look at it, actually, the demographic of video games is very much the demographic of the general population. It's a very, very large industry and has very, very hard and constraining computing requirements. If you think of in terms of difficult technical problems to solve, millions of concurrent users on instantly rendered environments is a very, very tricky computing problem. And many computing innovations happen in video games first. And I think that a lot of the innovation in payments will happen in video games first. When we think of payment use cases that you cannot do today and that could be enabled by stablecoins are things like streaming payments. So can you be watching a video clip where you are paying by the second or paying by the minute as opposed to paying for the full thing? Or can you buy digital goods on an in-game environment that then you can take with you? I think that we have seen very exciting experiments in which you have NPCs or non-playing characters, AI agents inside a game that can be attached to a wallet carrying a value with it, and then that autonomous agent inside a game can go and buy and sell stuff inside the game. Those are things that you cannot think of if you're trying to figure out on a whiteboard what are the use cases. You just need to put a platform product out there, and then developers will build on top of it.
That's all for this one. Remember, if you want to support the channel, merch store is open. Don't forget to check out our second channel for more thought-provoking crypto content, DHN Crypto Docs. As always, I'm Wade Teamer. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, if that money is digital. So is the hustle. I'll see you in the next one.